Hey, sorry so much, Cornwood.
Hell, it's all good. So, Nino, I heard you're running for mayor.
That is correct. We've been campaigning grassroots the last week, I want to say. But we went public earlier this morning. You want to hop out?
Yeah.
Have a little, want a cigarette?
Oh, hell no, I'm good.
Wait, why not?
I just had one earlier.
Oh, shit. All right. So, I'll let you start.
Okay. Well, first off, I heard you run for mayor, and I'll tell you, Nino, I mean, the little bit I know about you, I mean, I know we met years ago, and I ain't seen you around too much these days, but
yeah,
I actually think you'd be a hell of a mayor.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know why I'm not, right?
Why's that?
Or why I stopped showing up?
Why? Business license?
Juno Sweeney had a personal beef with someone I bought materials with. She whispered in someone's ear, and I was told I'm never going to get a business license.
Oh, okay, so I was half right. Okay.
Yeah. An entire shop I spent 2 months working on.
Yeah, because I remember you had Los Santos Customs.
That's right. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. If that's how business is going to run in the city, you know, what the fuck's the point? So,
yeah, I mean,
went to Vegas and, well, let's just say I got a very raw dog.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I mean, never mind me, I'm hungry.
You want some food?
No, I have some. Okay. Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't blame you.
Do you think it's disrespectful to your cock if you, do it on your own accord?
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
I didn't start this conversation, mind you.
You just did, so.
Well, with him, yeah, but I'm not the one who originally brought up the topic.
Well,
I mean, it's either the lowest form or the highest form of flattery. I don't know. I guess it's advanced.
So, you know what I think? I feel that it is a means to be lazy.
Uh-huh. Is that how you feel? Why do you feel that way, Nino?
Why? Because if you engage in it, right, you're kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't going to go out tonight. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you were talking about not giving out business licenses.
Oh, no. Shit.
He's talking about masturbation, Cornman.
Oh.
Yeah. Working it.
See, I'm very anti, and Tilly, on the other hand, is on the other end of the spectrum. In fact, she wanted to make it a part of my campaign point, but I'm like, no, that wouldn't be appropriate.
I was just surprised that you don't masturbate. You know, it is what it is, I guess. You know, if you don't masturbate, that's up to you. You seem very hooked on the topic that I'm surprised that you don't masturbate.
It is. It's a very, fundamental, thing.
I think you'd loosen up.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's good. It's good energy. It gets you focused.
But I mean,
yeah, I mean, you don't want to be sitting there just gripping all day.
If I don't goon once a morning, I have a bad day.
You know, people get, damn addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to be gripping all day? Is that what you
No.
Yes.
Hey, the only boom I should see is this, is I'm shooting somebody in the head.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, anyway.
And you're not wrong about the addiction. You know, I used to run a business, right? Little factory place. And I swear to God, there became a point. There's this guy, he used to eat all the chocolates in the front door. And there was people in the office started to knock on the multi-stall bathroom because of the problems this guy had. But he was really good at hiding it. Nobody could prove what he was doing, but they knew what he was doing, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
How'd you know what he was doing?
Holy shit.
You know?
Well, it was kind of like you just know.
Camera in there?
There's enough, you just know.
What was the
It's hard to explain. It's fucking hard to explain. Look, I'm just saying, look, anyways, I'm sure this is not what you wanted to come here to discuss, Cornwood.
Yeah, well, hell. Back on top.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen each other. I remember you used to come down, you helped me out, you came repaired your stuff all the time. You called
Yeah.
our tow drivers. You're very supportive.
Yeah, no, I thought Los Santos Customs were great. See, I'm a big look. I've had my opinions, and my opinions grow just stronger and stronger every single damn day until shit hits the fan and we get where we get. But let me tell you that the amount of shit that I've been dealing with, very similar to yours.
Is he facing me?
People don't like when people take initiative. Okay, when people take initiative and they try and get shit done, it rubs people the wrong way.
Yes.
And,
agreed.
And it pisses me the hell off because the thing is they don't want nobody taking no initiative, and then at the same time, they don't want to do anything themselves. So
you're talking about slacks and members of the command.
Well, I'm talking about everybody.
Yep.
Okay,
Stands past that.
But it just happens time and time again where, oh, we need this. Okay, well, who's gonna be the guy? Everybody wants to be the guy until they have to be the guy. You know what I mean?
Yo, well, how did you are speaking my language right now? Keep cooking.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I've been sick and tired of this shit for so damn long, and as soon as people have the responsibility, they don't take it upon themselves to fix the shit they need to fix, and that is it's just been a problem, and it has pissed me the hell off, and that's why I had my issues within the PD. I had a bunch of issues within the PD, and earlier months back. We finally got the sheriff's office open, which is good, but then I had a bunch of people lying and shit about me, and that was the whole damn mess. But I ended up losing the election because of some bullshit. But that ain't neither here nor there.
It's someone lying.
And
I actually like Cornwood.
That's fine because I can still help out the way that I want to help out, even if it's even if I'm out of town a whole lot, I can still help out behind the scenes, and I've been helping get shit done with just making sure the PD is.
Bones never should have been the mayor to begin with, or not the mayor, the sheriff.
The sheriff?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and
it is what it is. A bunch of people voted for someone that they like chatting with, but with all due respect, Bones was never gonna be the guy.
Yeah, well, and to be fair, I don't think Bones done I don't think Bones done a particularly bad job. Except for the whole Soze thing. I don't know what the hell that was about. I wasn't around for
the TLDR is
well, I mean, I meant like I know now, but I wasn't around like in person.
I got you. Okay.
Because he like pushed a joyriding charge, which somehow escalated into a shootout, which escalated into treason. The whole thing didn't make no damn sense.
Yep. Well, those judges are gone now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even think it should have made it to the judge level. I think I mean, it was not. I mean, I would not have called that joyriding. I told him that as soon as I found out. I said, Bones, the hell is this? Why are you pushing joyriding for some shit like this? I mean, you had he's trying to do you a favor. He moved your car to the sheriff's office. Where he thought you'd want it. And
Norman and Angel, Judge Soze?
He didn't come back.
No, they didn't.
Because you were
awake. What are you talking about?
So it's like, look, just come get your car.
No, it was the Bailey case.
Anyway. So, regardless, that's all said and done. I do think outside of that, I think Bones has done fine. Now I'm hearing about Mayor up north. And people have been asking me, they say, hey, you should run for mayor up north. And, since there's going to be legislation now, allegedly, that there's going to be a...
yes. I'm talking about the first time shot.
Jurisdictions with different mayors.
Yeah.
That whole little Texas area is going to have its own mayor. And I said, okay, well...
Cool, the second time. But
I don't know, because now, ever since I lost the sheriff election, I took on a little bit more responsibility back at the farm. So... I just ain't around as much because I have a lot of other shit going on, and I had to make a decision. Because I'll be honest with you, Nino. I mean, years ago when I was around, whenever I left years ago, I did not want to leave. I love Los Santos. I really do, and I love the people here. And at the end of the day, that's what I care so much about. Is when I show up in town and I see the people that I see, I genuinely get happy to see those folks,
Mm.
whether I'm arresting them or whether I'm, you know,
let me call you right back.
there in the car with me.
Yeah, sounds good.
So, unfortunately, things moved so damn slow after the collapse that we didn't get the sheriff's office in a reasonable amount of time, and then I didn't win. You know, I probably could have pushed it to go through a sheriff's term. My plan was to basically get the sheriff's office up and running, establish the tradition, the pageantry, you know, everything that we do,
Mm.
and then hand it off to somebody who I thought was worthy of being the sheriff.
Mm.
Which, to be honest with you, initially it was probably, at least at one point, I thought it was going to be Barrick. But Barrick ended up being chief of police.
Mm.
And then, you know, here we are. And I
Mm.
do think I do think Bones is set up for the future. And I am a believer in Bones long term. I am. I
Wow.
don't wanna sit here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think long term, but I just think he just needed a little bit more time to grow. That's all.
Mm. Mm.
Same with Cassidy, by the way.
Cassidy, I don't know him too well, to be honest.
Yeah, I like him.
So, there's a couple things in the event you aren't familiar with this bit, and maybe the Soze thing happened, right? Went to trial twice. The first trial, 3 judges, 2 of them were like, yo, this should be mistrialed. The other one's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't be saying that without mistrialing it. Ends up leaving. Entire thing has to go back up on the docket. The worst thing about it, and this has kind of been the pain point from the point of view outside the department, is that regardless of whether or not the charges were accurate, it's more the demeanor of the judges and the ignoring the written constitution. As many individuals, lawyers, civilians, etc., are not only used to, but sort of kind of expect that the Constitution is just like in the United States, the Constitution dictates every piece of legislation that follows it. And if the Constitution is being used as an argument, be it holes or be it things are being done outside of its scope, and it is being ignored, that sort of leaves an individual that's just a civilian feeling as though there is a massive travesty taking place. You know, am I conveying that point?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Everybody thinks the sky's falling, and even if it's not, they think it is. So you have to stupid proof shit.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
by the way, I brought this point up exactly in a council meeting, and I voted to stupid proof some stuff, but I got voted against. To be fair,
that's bullshit. See, I'm on that same energy right now.
Yeah.
It's the way that I've been talking to officers, and I've been trying to do so independently. You saw, like with Officer Bell, because I don't believe in talking to the PD as like a unit, as you are individuals. You have your own opinions.
Right.
Hell, there may be a majority of officers that don't agree with certain status quo things, right? It may be aligned with certain things with the public, and I need to hear those things. But the thing I've been conveying to a lot of them is there are certain things that the police department is essentially forced to do on behalf of SOPs, like current laws, and they may not feel good about it. They may be like, this is fucking bullshit. They may be, and that same bullshit may be what is inherently angering the civilians. And so is it not the lawmakers that need to be like, hey, does this law make any fucking sense? Or does it, when charges are pressed using it, is it reasonable for someone to be upset? And I'm not talking about executing someone, but I mean other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes somebody does some dumb shit. Yeah, you do the crime, you do the time. Okay, stop bitching and moaning about some shit. But
Agreed.
On the other hand, I mean, Nino, were you around for the old? This happened months ago. Did you hear about the old when Mr. K had that first felony gun charge on him?
Yes, I did. I was actually.
Okay.
I was in and out. I was in a transitionary period to Vegas.
Okay. So, long story short, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna give you the key points here. This was my first day off duty, ironically enough, since the city opened. So I wasn't around. The whole city turned to chaos. And then I hope I'm getting the order correct, but it really don't matter that much. There's a shots fired call. Shots fired call. Somebody calls into the police department and says, hey, somebody just fired a gun. Oh, shit. Police show up. Somebody who's there at the scene says, hey, that guy over there on a motorcycle has a gun. And they see the guy on the motorcycle with a gun, and they don't see him have the gun out, but they see the guy. So they go to make contact with him, and then another officer checks out where the shots were fired, and Mr. K had been shot in the driver's seat of the vehicle. And with Mr. K having been shot in the driver's seat of the vehicle, they were like, oh shit, okay, what the hell happened? Now, our procedure is when there is shots fired, you detain everybody in the area and you GSR test everybody to make sure everybody's all good. So we start GSRing everybody. Nobody's GSR positive, okay? Nobody's GSR positive. There's whatever, and that guy who allegedly had the gun takes off. The guy takes off, and they don't pursue him because they're like, okay, we don't have enough units. Let's just make sure this guy who got shot is taken care of. For whenever they go into the ambulance, they frisk him to make sure that he is, doesn't have a weapon or anything like that.
I don't like that.
That's pretty standard. I mean, that's a discretion thing. Anybody can, you should be doing that, but not everybody does that every time somebody's injured. So they frisk him, like, oh, he's got a bulge. Okay, he's probably got a knife or something on him. Let's check his pocket.
Was he positive?
I can't remember. I believe he was not.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, he was not, because that was like a key thing. I believe he was not positive, and
I would argue that's illegal, but I don't want to debate that too much. But continue, please.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a gray area to hey, we're just gonna pull this off you for now, just to make sure you don't do anything crazy.
We have Terry frisk, right? And
yeah, we do have the Terry frisk.
Terry versus Ohio requires there to be a reasonable belief that an individual is dangerous. So inherently, with them being GSR negative and being a downed individual, irrespective of a shots fired, now infers that person, the GSR test coming back negative, infers that they're not likely dangerous. And how do you articulate the danger? Therefore, why would you be putting a body in hands into their pants?
I don't remember if there was like a stolen vehicle or something that I don't remember what it was. Let's say regardless. Let's say it was okay.
Sure, yeah.
Let's say it was okay. And he ends up having a PD Glock on him. Now, what happens is when they find the PD Glock, they're claiming that it is planted on him. I don't know that. I know he's GSR negative. Now, I wasn't there, right? But I know he's GSR negative. And the guy just got shot. And the guy who we heard might have the gun bolted. He took off on a motorcycle.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, from my perspective, how the shit are you in good faith going to charge this guy with a possession of a PD Glock when I think there's plenty of reasonable doubt that that's not his, it was planted.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
So I have multiple, a lot of people don't know this. There's multiple times I've actually gotten PD Glock like charges dropped on people because I didn't think it was surefire 100% that they stole that shit and they intended to use it, or they were carrying it on them and they knew it was stolen, right? Because there's been times where I believe that it was planted on them. And I do think that in that same scenario, was it planted or not? I don't know. I mean, due to actions that I've seen after the fact, it probably was not planted. However, at that time, with the information that I knew, I do think it was, we shouldn't have charged him with it. but I wasn't around for all this. And I mean, even if I was, it would have turned into a whole damn shit show if I started,
Yeah, I feel like, well, should you be charging him? And yeah, I feel like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is I'll tell you what I witnessed, right? And this is this kind of goes in line with where I think you're going with this. Is a lot. I've been every rep I've done, every report I've foiled, the conversations I've had with clients, there's a perception that I am sort of slowly garnering that there are a lot of officers that are sticking to the fundamentals of reasonable suspicion or reasonable articulable suspicion that a particular crime has taken place with a named suspect. And then building to their probable cause from which they press the charges. However, there has been, now I'm seeing flashes, right? Because I was here 2 months ago, away for like 3 months. Now I'm back. Since I last remember, there seemingly is like a jump where now it's almost feels like thought crime. Does that kind of make sense? Where it's like, this happened. I'm sure, I believe this occurs. Let me go work backwards to discover how my theory could make sense. And by doing so, what's in front of you disappears. Like in this case, like if we were to run it back today, it wouldn't surprise me if someone said, oh, it's Mr. K, it's a shots fired, let's just go through the motions.
Yeah,
and,
see
and
that
anything he says doesn't become a there's a word for it. It's like evidence that goes contrary to what you're seeing in front of you.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's
evidence that casts doubt on the probability of it taking place, of the probableness. So evidence that would turn PC into RS. And that's sort of
I
like,
don't remember what it's called. There's a term.
Nino, like exculpatory evidence, that might otherwise just help with confirmation bias, right? They're using confirmation bias, right? Confirmation bias cause PC, as opposed to like, hey, it was reasonable, the story that they're giving, and the evidence lines up, and therefore I cannot in good faith push this charge, right? As opposed to, well, I'm only going to look at the limited piece of information that make the story make sense, which is, dispatch call, gun on person, Mr. K must be guilty, right? And don't get me wrong, that motherfucker probably does shit. But the problem is that when you can't explain that, when an officer can't explain that and it's just like, well, I'm going to do it anyways because I'll probably win in court even though there's no judges, it leaves a sour taste.
And it makes the people of the city feel like the police department can't be trusted. And that was my whole basis of what I was trying to press early on, whenever after the collapse, because I hear all these stories about the things that happened after I left. And first off, I hear all these things about how terrible things used to be with the old PD and whatnot. I'm like, shit, when I was around, I do not remember much of all that. However, I hear about what y'all are saying, and I I see what I'm seeing now, and I'm an old man, okay? I know how things go. I can see the direction things are going, and things are going south if things don't get changed. And they treated me like I was a damn crazy old man. And look where we are now.
Yeah,
it's
I
don't being right about a lot of that shit.
I think you've always had a demeanor to you, Cornwood, why people recognize who you are because they see Cornwood the person and not another officer. And I think it's those, these situations that you're describing that help lead to that. I would hope so. But I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, 100%. Look, things that people complain in regards to officers, the same complaints can be thrown right back at many criminals and situations they've come into, right? Like I actually have severe disdain for circumstances where, let's say, a cop does some bozo shit, right? And the retaliatory solution is go find a random cop and make them pay. It doesn't send a message, and it just deteriorates the,
Yes.
Any kind of communication that could otherwise transpire.
Yep, that's exactly it. And then it just spirals out of control, and it just you have the problems that people always talk about.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in this city. I always have been.
Mm.
You know, I love this city, even if I can't be around like I once was. I just always want what's best for it, and I'd love to help out any way that I can. And I really, I mean, I wanted to start with training within the PD. Like I had a whole process for how we were going to redo our entire P&T. Now, thankfully, I will say this: Bones brought on Declan Crane, who's Alan Crane's nephew or grandson, sorry, and Aspen Gray, to handle P&T, and they have done a phenomenal job so far. And the way that they're doing P&T is very similar to how I wanted to do it, like 95% plus. So I have a lot of faith in that, which is good. That's exciting. But that's really the core. The most important thing that we have in this city, I think, is the training of the police department, making sure that we have. There's a number of intangibles that you got to have as a police officer. There's a lot of stuff that you just have to learn, but you have to learn around the right people, and it has to be taught a certain way. So that kind of stuff is looking much better, thankfully.
Yeah, I how familiar are you with my campaign points?
Oh, I'm not actually.
Okay. Take a look at if you search for Nino in the Twata. We actually just went live with all this. I'm gonna fire it.
I'll retweet it right now.
You retweet it?
Right there.
Easy.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
VoteNino.com. It's up right now. The site's back up.
I think what it's happening is I think so many people go to the site, it thinks we're getting DDoSed.
Yeah, I think so. When it makes itself private.
Yep.
They took my idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at that.
Done it.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm having some issues, aren't I?
Video looks really good too.
Oh, is the video uploaded? That might be the other thing. I think when we're updating it, it might auto private. I'm gonna have
that's
to take
what
a
I
look.
think it does. We should post the video separately on Twitter if we can as well. You know.
Definitely doesn't look like the Chuck E. Cheese one, but I'll digress.
Yeah.
I'm having a few issues here, but
yeah,
I can
no
see
worries.
I can see the flyer.
Oh, easy. So I'm gonna hit like the big bullet points, and then I'll let you like dive in.
Okay.
So this has been cooked for some time. So firstly, I'm sure you've seen the new FOIA reform. That was something I helped work on. The common law now being up on legislation. I'm now working with Bailey on the weapon licensing reform. However, during said journey, there's a couple things that kind of popped out over time. The first thing that I really want to push towards is transparency. And what I mean by that is, yes, there's legislation. You can see who voted on it. People have TikTok brains. Ain't nobody going to look at that shit, right? It's going to have a 0.1% like reach. I've got, as you've seen the designs, the flyer, the website, etc. We have an internal marketing guru who's going to be working on 30-second breakdowns of what legislation is pushing through, the cabinet, let's call it. Who knows how it's exactly going to look like. But, you pop it up, you have a pretty good understanding as what's coming through. In addition to that, how the voting is going to look like. Next, business reform. I want that entire business shit that was written up to go out the window, because the government owning a business is idiotic. It's not American. It is counterproductive to the entrepreneuring spirit of the common man. Instead, there will be a prop up of what I refer to as the Department of Commerce, led up by Eve Summers. She'll be bringing in individuals with business experience and the ambition to elevate individuals. People will submit, their business proposals through the regular manner, but it will then be placed into their queue, so that every civilian can see what businesses are currently in the review queue. Anyone can look it up. This name, this business, details will be hidden because, privacy, IP, etc.
Right.
All that kind of jazz. Every approval and disapproval will come with a reasoning that will be public. So we'll know, if it's like, yo, Cornwood jerked me off, therefore approved, right? Or Cornwood arrested me, disapproved, right? If that shit shows up, now you got a reason to hold that government accountable, right? Because they're doing like inside
Right.
deals and shit. If it is
Okay.
disapproved, they will give a reasoning, right? So, in other words, not approved because the guy's asking for a custom, construction, and it's a flower shop. Relax, right? The entity of the Department of Commerce is also going to have a lawyer embedded in it. That lawyer will help develop the legislation for businesses over time, as business law in and of itself is its own like sector, right? How regulatory laws, laws that might govern, robberies that might take place, right? So, for example, you might get some producers that come into play that are producing vegetables or producing car parts. There may need to be more legislation around that to protect them at a higher level than something else, right? Next, legislative reform. Right now, most of the OG lawyers are gone. A lot of them
Yeah,
feel
they are.
burnt out. A lot of that burnt out is the lack of being able to get FOIAs produced. Now, the FOIA process helped with that, but there's other needs that they have. The
Well,
previous two head of bars were completely useless, and instead, in my cabinet will be Abilene, sorry. Have you met Abilene before?
Abilene. Abilene Contralto.
Yep. She is a go-getter. She's smart, intelligent. She knows what I'm trying to do in 2 minutes and not 30 minutes, which helps. Her task, day one, is going to be making sure that education and guidelines are available to everyone in Los Santos in regards to legal services. In
Well,
addition to that,
You want me to tell you a funny story about Abilene?
please go ahead.
So, I don't know if you're around for all this. I got suspended from being a police officer for a week. And during that time, I had my bar license, so I was working as a defense attorney. And Abilene had a gun planted on it. And I ended up convincing the arresting officers who got her. She was GSR positive. I mean, it was pretty bad. But I ended up
Jesus.
convincing them to drop the charge.
Oh, thank
Saying-
fucking God. She's great.
Yeah, she's really good. So, yeah, Abilene is. I ain't seen her around too much lately, but I think it's just schedule hasn't lined up right.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
she's been around. She's been cooking. She's been cooking.
yeah. So, yeah, I think Abilene's great. I mean, they planted a gun on her and whatnot, but yeah, I think I'm one of like 2 or 3 officers who have a bar license. I think it's like myself and I think Loki has a bar license. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah. I mean, I'm a big. Things are a little bit different now than they were years ago for me. When I got suspended for a week, I had to learn how to type and shit. So
Yeah. No, it's things have changed. But
yeah.
so I want to task her up to be tasked with bringing support to the lawyers, getting the resources they need. And ultimately at the end of office, my goal is that the lawyers themselves can prove to the federal government that we can manage our own bar licenses with oversight of the DOJ. There's too many people that have been waiting for bar licenses. It's not healthy. It's not conducive. I mean, think about it this way, right? I know it's not the PD, but imagine the PD had to wait 4 months to get approval on someone. Like, it's just not good, right? It doesn't tie with the speed at which the city moves. But I want to evolve the lawyers to be the legislators, because they have their own clients. They have their whether they be businesses or individuals or whatever. I mean, hell, even the PD should have a lawyer they lean on. And so instead of people sitting around like in a little meeting, like coming up with some law, pulling it out their ass, right? Why not have the lawyers take their passions and set it forward? If there's holes in the law, let them cook. And when it bubbles to the top, it becomes more of a final review and doesn't make sense to pass. So what I'm really describing here, Cornwood, is a division of labor and a feeling of more individuals
like
being
balances, right?
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are kind of like the big three things. There's obviously more there, but those are the ones I like to sort of chime on.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Nino. Like I said, I look at. I believe in policy and you know what people want to do. I think all that stuff is important. Okay. But where it starts, I think, when it comes to being the mayor or being in any sort of like any sort of positional leadership, I think in this city, I always look at the character of the individual, right? Like what type of person here am I voting for? Is this somebody who's going to be able to lead and have a good head on their shoulders? From what I know about you, Nino, I think that's a yes to begin with.
I appreciate that.
And I think given that's the starting point, you're looking pretty good before all this is already put in. I think when you start putting this and you start talking about, hey, pen to paper, we're going to fix this specific thing. We're going to fix that specific thing. And this is how we're going to do it. I think I think it lays things out really well for people to be able to see that. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, you got Tilly here, you got Kit, you got Archie. I mean, you got some people here who
yeah.
I mean, your cabinet here is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Well,
your whole team here.
You know,
Thanks, Corn Van.
yeah, you're not wrong. This campaign is not just me. It's all of them. You know, I think without a strong team that can independently function and you know, run their nook, there is no success, right? Everything gets lich-pinned on one guy. I get a bullet in the back of my head. You know, I'm in ICU for 2 weeks. City comes to a crawl, right? Got the right people. Well, you're gonna have to take all of them out.
Yeah, I mean, hell, that's how it goes. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I am. I think things are gonna be good. And look, if something happens and this legislation ends up going through where there's different jurisdictions and there's going to be a mayor of Los Santos County and a mayor of, you know, Little Texas, and I don't know, is Paleto going to be separate? Is there going to be three? I don't know.
Oh, wait, has no one told you? I'll tell you.
I don't know for sure. I just know what Soze told me.
Yes, it's pretty, unless something dramatic happens. The current what the judges have sort of secured on is going to be Blaine County and then Los Santos, mayor for each. No council seat. They decide how everything looks. So effectively, that mayor is deciding the legislation for their county. There will effectively be a constitution that's much more elaborate than what we have today. So there won't be like 2 sentences for search and seizure. There'll probably be like a Fourth Amendment-esque thing that describes where probable cause is derived from. All that's going to be there, and all legislation, you know, anything that the county passes would be good in the county, but it's got to, you know, adhere to the new constitution, to the amendments in it.
So what's going to happen to the BCSO? Is the BCSO going to be underneath the?
Yep.
I guess the new.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, look, there's a world where. I mean, people keep saying I should go for this mayor position.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should.
I mean,
Agreed.
Look,
we'd make a hell of a team. I'm gonna be honest. With you.
yeah, I agree. And the reason I say it is, look, there's Pred, Oswaldo, and Bobby. I'm looking for Los Santos to be left 3 months, 6 months from now in a better place, and not for it to become like fucking Little Sanguine Part 2, you know, Redux or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And you know, I would like to work with a partner that has a, you know, has. I'm trying to be nice here. You know what I mean? Like, and none of these candidates are gonna do anything other than fuck up the city. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, hell. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't think Fred would.
He literally shot Oswaldo, brought his body over here, and then drove off. And that's the most I have interacted with him in 2 months.
Yeah, I think Fred is.
He's not running for mayor. He's just with. Listen, listen. I've known that man for a minute. All right. He ain't running, doing a 2-week campaign. He's doing this because it's something to do right now. With all due respect, it's gonna be Oswaldo and Bobby. You can prove me wrong, but listen, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like. So here's my concern, straight up. After the way the sheriff's election kind of played out, you know, I took on a little bit more responsibility up at the farm, you know, and knowing that I didn't have the. I was originally planning on getting the sheriff's office up and running, establishing the whole thing, and then handing it off to the future, right? After my term. Now, being in the captain's role, I'm mostly working behind the scenes and working on that front, but I'm not doing the shit that I wanted to do to really, you know, work on kind of the morale and the tradition and the things that I really was really hoping for. Even though I do enjoy the behind the scenes stuff, I really do. I'm not doing all that, right? That I was originally planning on doing, which is fine. You know, we are where we are, but I had to take on some additional responsibility back home, so I'm just not around quite as often. Now, being the mayor, the good thing about being the mayor versus being in PD high command or the sheriff specifically is I don't have to be around every single damn day all day. I can have a team around me that I can delegate a lot of shit to, and I can come by you know, a couple times a week, and it is not nearly as demanding on a personal level, and I can have a lot of oversight. I think especially up in the county versus in the city, because just not as much is actively happening up there. So, howdy.
Hey, Cornwood, can I ask you, sorry to interrupt, can I ask you something in just 2 minutes?
Yeah, what's going on?
Right over.
Oh,
real quick? Okay.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt.
No,
Nino.
it's good. It's all good.
Come here.
Who, me?
Who the fuck would I? Yes, who else the fuck are you talking to?
Oh, well, what's up? What, you can't say it in front of Archie?
Oh,
No,
come
no,
on,
no.
Tilly.
No,
What did I do?
It's not that it's in front of Archie. It's that it's too close to them.
Oh,
Is it about the hand thing?
No, it's not about the fucking hand.
I'm
I
sorry.
swear to God.
I'm,
you're
so,
gonna be a
I'm
fucking
sorry.
what?
Did you invite that guy here?
Yeah.
You invited
Tyler.
Mr. Tyler?
What about him? He's a good guy.
Oh,
He wants to talk. We were talking earlier, but we got interrupted by the tsunami.
Okay. All right.
Wait, do you have a problem with him?
No, I don't have it. Holy fuck! Here you go. Getting
You know
all.
what? If Tilly has a problem with him,
But
I
I
have a
don't know. You're the
problem
way.
with him.
Yeah, you're bringing it up. You're like making it seem like it is.
With them.
I-
No,
What's
I
wrong
was
with the
just making
guy?
Sure that he was fine. I'm
now
not
I
gonna sit
do.
here and argue with you right now, Nino. Jesus Christ.
Do you have a
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I'm gonna give
I have a
you
good one for you. Really good.
one. His
Oh.
are better than mine. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God, a chai latte?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Oh, they're fucking good. What? I can't have a chai latte? You know, you know what?
Have a chai latte. Don't you stout with me right now, Nino. I swear to God.
You know, I never understood why, like, someone having like a nice fucking sweet caffeinated beverage is like looked at as like demasculating or something. Because I heard that in your voice. I was like, oh, I thought you were into like black coffee or something. Like,
So you're judging me. You're judging me. You
It
think
was
by
in
the
your
tone of my
voice.
voice, I was judging you for the drink that you were drinking. That's what that
Yeah.
was.
I'm just saying that if you want a fucking chai latte or a, cafe macchiato or whatever the fuck, you should be able to enjoy that shit.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Whatever white girl drink that you like, you know,
It's
that's on you.
not.
It
See,
is a white girl drink, yes. it is.
based on what? Just because maybe there's a population that enjoys it more than another doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. It tastes
And they're
fucking
white
good.
women.
Real
The
quick, I
Java
know you're talking
chip.
about coffee.
What is it? The Java chip one? Like, what the fuck do they got it? Oh my god, give me a fucking pumpkin spice latte. Oh,
Oh god,
Yeah.
he's a
Get him
There's
an
a white
iced
girl.
oat milk with
No, what the fuck you
17
told?
pumps of vanilla, and he just wants a
Hey,
single little tiny
listen.
shot, half shot of actual coffee in that bitch.
I got something from them today. It was blue. A
oh,
blue
the
drink.
Java chip frappe with caramel sauce. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, if I'm gonna go and spend like $6 on a fucking coffee, right? Am I gonna get something that I can make in a Keurig, right? Or am I gonna go and buy the $6? Like, oh man, fuck, I want one today so bad. I might order one.
Order what?
That thing slaps.
What's
Java
what
chip
is it?
frappe, the Java chip frappe.
You know,
Oh
you
my
seem like
God.
the kind of guy that orders that at like 7 a.m.
I would. Wait, why would? Wait, what the fuck? Why would you not
You
have it at 7
You order
a.m.?
a fucking frappe at 7 a.m. That's what you're telling me right now. You'll wake
Yeah,
up in the
it's the
morning and you'll
summer.
go,
It's
"Damn,
fucking
I
hot.
want a fucking
The
frappe
sun's
right now
out,
at 7 in the morning.
right?
That's like a milkshake.
Yeah, but who cares? What? Like you're going, like you're driving. Well, I'm gonna go get one of these. Now, granted, I'd probably get it. Like I'm not saying I'd choose. Like I'd more likely get it in the afternoon, like when the sun's up. But if I
Makes sense.
decided to get one in the morning, who gives a fucking shit? You know,
Well,
it's like
fine, yeah, you
it's like,
live
oh
your
wait,
life.
oh what is that? Oh, you're having like a mixed drink? Oh, that's why don't you have like a beer with me? Like,
gonna pull up
listen,
to,
beers are so boring unless it's like a craft beer. Like,
here we go.
oh, this like dog shit like fucking thing, or I can have something that tastes goddamn good.
Yes.
I'm gonna go up to my local ice cream shop and ask for a milkshake at 7 a.m.
It's not a milkshake. It's got fucking coffee
It is
in
a
it.
milkshake. It's a milkshake with caffeine.
I mean, okay, and let's say it is. Hey, so what?
I'm just saying.
It's not
that's
like
what I'm gonna do.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it'd
go
be
to my local
odd if
ice
that's
cream
all
shop
you
first
have
thing
in the mornings. You know. I don't know.
It's a frappuccino.
All right. All right, Cornwood,
Lord.
question for you. All right.
Oh.
Java chip frappe with caramel sauce. Yay or nay?
Java chip frappe.
Oh my god, he
What?
doesn't know what it is. God damn it.
Is that this thing?
Oh! Yeah! No fucking shot. You had Oh my god, you
Oh.
actually have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, Tilly.
What about
Yeah,
it? Would
this,
you order
this
that?
is pretty damn
7 in
good.
the
It's like
morning
ice
for
cream in a
me?
cup.
Yeah.
See, I told you. I just.
I
said
never
was like
said
a
it
fucking
wasn't.
milkshake.
You're giving me shit. First off, you're saying that I'm like, you're trying to demasculate me and saying like I got to drink the black coffee for whatever fucking reason. If I want to
never
have
once
my
said that,
fucking
alright?
Java chip, I'm gonna drink it because it tastes good.
Yeah, shit. I mean, yeah, I was never a big fan of all this, these girly drinks or whatever. But it's basically ice cream in a cup.
Exactly. Like,
Would you get it
why
at
the
7
fuck
in the
not?
morning?
Wait, what'd you say, Tilly?
Would you get it at 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Would you pull up to the local coffee
Hey,
shop,
Daniel?
get ice
Hey.
cream in a cup?
Oh,
7 in the
I
morning?
don't. I don't discriminate. I don't care what
Alright,
time of day
I'm
it is.
just
I eat what I want.
discriminating
There you go. There you go.
Lord,
Oh.
Do not gatekeep amazing drinks, Tilly, please.
Jesus Christ! I'm not gatekeeping anything.
Sorry,
you can have it.
Archibald, what's up, man?
I just came by because Archie said y'all were meeting up here, but I don't know if he already forwarded it to you, but I got a call from a lifer.
No, he
that
was
said that
yapping
they'd
about
like to talk to
coffee.
you.
Okay. I will as soon as we're wrapped up, we'll have a chat with him.
Alright, good.
Wait,
you
a
want me to stay out
lifer?
of the way? I don't. Yes.
Yeah. Can you ask him what about?
Basically, what I was told was they had met with Pred. Pred left a bad impression, and they were wanting to hear from some of the mayoral candidates.
Okay.
Can they vote?
I don't know.
I don't
Tilly,
think they
what the
can.
fucking kind of
I-
question is that?
I don't think that
What
person
are you
can
saying?
vote. I
The
don't think
guy's
that
trying
they
to turn
can.
his
That's an
life around.
honest-
He said, "Can
Yeah,
they
that's
vote?"
an honest
The guy's not
question.
an
I don't think that they
animal.
can fuck. I don't think that they have rights.
It's a
Jesus.
good question though. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
They can be brought, you know, and
Oh, they
cuffed
can't.
and-
There's
Oh,
no
look at
voting
that.
booth.
Look, yeah. See, look at that.
Okay, but you're saying it
Hmm.
like in a like. How
You're
you
just
said it
judging me
very
right now.
aggressively.
You're just judging
All
me.
right,
You're being
anyway,
judgmental.
I'm sorry,
right now.
Cornwood. What where were we?
Yeah, basically,
Running
I guess.
for mayor.
Yeah. So. I'm just not gonna be. I mean, look.
Shit, that's too bad.
America called me.
Really?
Yeah, and they said they want me to help coach the Olympics. So I might be going to go do that. So I mean, if I'm doing that,
Oh.
I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks because they want me to coach every sport.
Yeah, but that's in a year
Like
and a
2,
half.
3 weeks.
No, it's in 2 years, isn't it?
No, it's in like 2 weeks.
Wait,
No, it's this year
winter?
in Paris.
Oh,
Yeah,
in
summer,
Paris.
Summer Olympics. are coming.
Paris.
Oh.
yeah.
And hell, I'm going to be honest. If I'm
Are the
leaving
Olympics
America,
relevant still?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I don't
Anytime,
know.
look,
Half the
anytime
countries have
it's a-
special names now because they got
Well,
banned.
It's the only place
well,
I can watch
that's the thing.
fencing,
It's like
so.
you're basically. I get it because you have America and then you have third world countries, which is everybody else, and the big thing is as long as it's America versus, I think it's
Yeah.
relevant because America is still there.
For me, it's been like, you know what it is? It's like none of the sports are interesting to me. They'll be like, a quarter of them are like running events, all right, and then there's like all kinds of strange things like behind the back on a horse,
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
archery, and it's like,
That is fair.
why is this? Who's doing this to begin with?
Yeah,
Like-
no, that is fair. Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of shit going on for me, so I won't be around as much. But I think, versus being sheriff, I think that's okay. I could be around a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And take all the blame for all the issues in the world, and then
True.
and that because that's how it works. You become mayor, and everybody blames you for everything. So that's fine, right? It's just life. So maybe I will, because I do think we'd make a hell of a
I
team.
think
And-
so. I'm gonna paint you a picture that I want you to think about, right?
Mhm.
And this is just an example. I'm not saying we do this. Oh shit! Someone's got fucking moonshine. 5, 6, 7, whatever the fuck numbers you're putting on the radio. Hey, he's about to cross into Blaine County. It's legal over there, right? Yo, do we have any officers over there that can stop it before it enters in? Right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe they
You'd be
got
in
a
hot
certain
pursuit.
amount. Yeah. Well, yeah, hot pursuit, but maybe there's only so much time. Like, let's say you choose that you want moonshine. You don't think is that big of a deal in Blaine County. Maybe you give like 10 minutes of pursuit in there. If they don't get it, they
Oh.
go away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah,
saying this
I think-
happens, but I'm just saying like there's
No, I
there's
think-
some
I think that's
interesting
fine.
shit we could do. You know what I mean?
think so. Hey, if I'm being completely honest with you, I think brandishing of a firearm should not be a crime in Little Texas. I think if you want to walk
Oh.
around with your pistol out in your hand, I think that is 1,000% fine.
Yeah, but in
Oh,
the
I like
city,
that.
that's a little dangerous. There's a lot more packed over here.
Yep, exactly. Now, if you fire it in in an
Yep.
unsafe manner or whatever, then that'll be its own crime, whatever. But if you just want to walk around, you want to just look, I walk around and I have my gun out 90% of the time anyway. So look, I got no problem with everybody else doing it. Now, if an officer tells you to put it away, then they should be allowed to do that because I'm safety, whatever. But I'm just standing outside, I'm on my front yard or whatever. I'm hanging out with the neighbors, and I just want to have my gun out. I think that's fine.
Yeah. What about legislation where we both agree for a demilitarized area? Little DMZ
I wonder where we'd put that.
on an island, maybe.
I mean, we.
My
could have
nephew's
a-
got one. I don't know if it's might still have radiation on it though.
Well, shit. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I mean, I think having an area like, I mean, this is what I want for Little Texas. You know, we got Fort Zancudo, you got the Sonora Desert area, Sandy Shores, and you got Grapeseed. And then if they're gonna have two, then Little Texas will also switch up to Paleto.
I don't know if you've seen the mock-ups, but there are some federal zones. Like I think it's like News Center, the military base, very few, and Bolingbrook. I think those are marked as federal.
Okay, well we're gonna take Zancudo. That's ours.
You know, that wouldn't be my problem. I mean, you know what? Fucking go for it. You know.
Yeah, because I want Zancudo. Either way,
You
man,
got to
it's
do
not
this.
more- I can get that
You got to
figured
do this, Cornwood.
out. Yeah, I mean, hell,
The thing is, right? You got
I
time.
still got it in me. Hell, I don't know. We got to see.
The thing is, it might bring you back into it. Look,
yeah, maybe.
there is a opportunity here, Cornwood, right, to help set the future of Los Santos, and you don't want to pass that up. You're not gonna get that chance again. The other chance, like you could run for mayor again, but you ain't starting with a clean slate. This would allow you to.
Yeah, it sure would. And I don't have to be around all the damn time, which is good.
Yep.
And
Not
you can do a
wrong.
lot of things that you want to do.
Yeah.
In a way, you'd be running the BCSO.
Yeah. I mean, because I'll tell you, if they were to do sheriff election, people kept saying just run for sheriff the next term, and I say I can't. I know I can't. You know, football season, everything going on. I mean, shit. You know, I got consultation. People asked me to come, you know, help them with their teams and whatnot. It's the whole thing. So, I'm good at every athletic event ever, and any sort of thing like that. People just are always asking me for my help. You know, so
You will be able to accomplish more in a singular day than any of these bozos in probably a week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to listen. Osvaldo, decent guy. His entire campaign is give the PD fast cars to boost their morale and put on events.
Oh shit, that's a great idea.
Okay, no.
That can't be your entire platform.
Sorry, I got excited.
You can't run off that.
Sorry, my morale started going up. I
Jesus
got
Christ.
excited. But,
Yeah.
but keep going.
No, that's it.
You see your morale start going up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he was right.
I like Osvaldo. He's a good guy, by the way.
Yeah, I like him too. He
Yeah.
can be our event guy, you know, if he loses.
I actually would love to see Osvaldo as mayor someday. I think that'd be interesting.
That's kind of was my platform before this whole split is vote for me so you can have your Preds and your Osvaldos. Like at a
if
time
everything
where
is established proper.
legislations
See,
gotta
that's
be
what I
set
wanted
up.
with sheriff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Establish the shit. Make sure it goes right. And then look, I'm gonna hand this thing off. You know, when it's off on a good foot and it don't collapse.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna have like you know, new legislation's gonna come out. No laws are gonna be the same. It's gonna be like, you know, a bunch of dumb shit. Good guy,
Yeah.
but like there's a lot of shit that needs fixing right now.
Yeah.
And part of that is the relationships with the PD and the civilians. Because, oof. And it's not one side's fault. I can recognize that. Very obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I feel like maybe the sheriff's election was like a sign that you were meant to do bigger things for you not getting the
Yeah.
election.
Maybe.
The timing's just impeccable. So I don't know.
Maybe.
But cook
Look,
on
I
it, you know?
I got some thinking to do. I gotta go take care of some shit out of town. I'm running a little bit late for it, but look, I'm a believer. You know, I think Nino, I think you're gonna be a great fit for mayor. And,
I appreciate that.
And I think that if I'm able to, if I decide to do it, I think we could really cook up some real good shit.
I don't disagree. I think that would be sick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit, this was a good talk. I'm glad I was able to meet up with y'all.
Likewise.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Cornwood, for
you have a
coming.
good rest of your 4th of July.
Yeah,
Happy
hell,
4th.
absolutely. And yeah, y'all too. So, I think we're gonna have I think we got a lot to think about for sure.
Yeah,
Let me
not
see, is my
wrong.
door locked? Oh shit!
Oh.
I can't unlock this thing, can I?
Oh, we have to get
Mm.
it back away.
Yeah, I got
Yep.
some crazy issues going on.
Nino, I'm gonna send
There
you.
you go.
Yep.
Be safe, all
You
right?
need some help in the window?
I'm gonna
or
send you
anything?
something.
Kinda-
Can you tell
kinda
me if
stuff
it
you fix
works?
there,
Can you
man?
open?
Absolutely.
Oh, what did you send me?
Let me go ahead and break it.